This morning, recommendations to address the worker shortage in healthcare in our state. Governor Evers' task force is close to presenting the governor with solutions. That task force visiting Green Bay Thursday. Members say they've been working to address three key issues: recruiting and retainment, making sure there's a pipeline of the right people, and removing barriers to get people into the workforce faster. Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez says they've been meeting with people across the state.
We know that healthcare is local, and solutions that may work in Milwaukee and Madison may not work in Green Bay. So we're hearing from stakeholders. We've got a very engaged and active.
Any recommendations from that task force could be included in Governor Evers' next budget. Time now 6:30.